Quick, graph y equals 1 over the quantity of 2x by hand 2 different ways. It is highly recommended that you watch the video How to Graph y equals f of the quantity k times x before watching this video. You will need graph paper or download this PDF and print it. Press pause as needed anytime during this video. The first way is with what we call the reciprocal dance. Normally the center of the hyperbola is at the origin, but because of the times 2 inside the function, the center remains unchanged. So we'll plot that at 0, 0 with an orange circle. That is not part of the graph though. Through the center, draw the asymptotes with dotted lines. So the x-axis and the y-axis are asymptotes for this hyperbola. Again, the center point is 0, 0, and from this center point we're going to plot 6 key points. Recall that the coefficient k equals 2 is inversely proportional to the horizontal dilation factor, 1 over k. That is, we're going to multiply each x value by the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. Normally the reciprocal dance would be right 1 up 1, but for this one it's going to be right 1/2 up 1 because 1/2 times 1 is 1/2, and the y coordinate remains unchanged. So plot 1/2, 1. Right 2 up 1/2 would be the next point in the reciprocal dance, but for ours it's going to be right 1 up 1/2. 1/2 times 2 is 1. Y coordinate remains unchanged. Next, right 1/2 up 2, but for ours it's going to be right 1/4. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4 up the 2. Go ahead and press pause and see if you can get the points on the left side of the origin. Resume when you're ready. Left 1, down 1 is our normal reciprocal dance, but for this one it will be left 1/2, down 1. Left 2 down 1/2 is normal, but half of that would be left 1 down 1/2. And then finally left 1/2 down 2 becomes left 1/4 down 2. And now we can connect the points into 2 branches of a hyperbola. Comparing that to the parent function, this is a horizontal shrink of the parent function. Also notice that the product of x times y on the green function is always 1/2. Second way, using a table. This is our normal table of values for the reciprocal function, y equals 1 over x. Since k equals 2 inside the function there, the horizontal dilation factor is its reciprocal, which is 1/2. So we keep the y coordinates the same and multiply each x coordinate by the 1/2. For example, 2 times 1/2 is 1, and then we'll plot 1, 1/2. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2, 1. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4, 2. Go ahead and finish the table, press pause, finish the table, resume when you're ready. Negative 1/2 times 1/2 is negative 1/4, negative 2. Negative 1 times 1/2, negative 1/2, negative 1. And negative 2 times 1/2, negative 1, negative 1/2. We should draw in the asymptotes as dotted lines, and in this case the x-axis and the y-axis are our asymptotes, our boundary lines. Connect the points into 2 branches of a hyperbola, and we can compare that to the parent function, and again the green is a horizontal shrink of the parent function. And the product of x times y, the x coordinates and the y coordinates, is always 1/2 on the green function. Now you try one. Graph y equals 1 over the quantity 3x. Use either method or both for the practice. Press pause to do this and then resume when you're finished to check your answer. And here is your answer.